Hey, welcome back, my fellow humble investors. Boy, I tell you what, we've got a lot to cover today. Actually, last week was a doggone pretty good week. And just to kind of give you an idea of what we're going to cover today, we're going to talk about Brian Foote's podcast interview. We're going to talk about Chilean partnership with, what is it, Aurea? The Aurea Group, that's what it was. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the statement that the Federal Reserve Chairman, Jerome Powell, said about the need for something we have. Then we're going to look into the price action. And, before we get started, let me go time out. Let me go ahead and get this disclaimer out of the way. I am not a financial advisor. I'm not your financial advisor. All I am is, I guess, a guy who is a self-taught investor who likes to talk about stock, in particular, Humbl.
Come on now.
That's right. Go ahead and hit that like and subscribe buttons, followed by that notification button. That'll help out the channel. Thanks. Now, some of you are wondering, E.T., why do you have this doggone picture of this foundation and three little pigs? Well, this here is just, to me, it's almost an illustration of the foundation that Humbl is laying out for the success of this company and all the stakeholders. And trust me, the way this foundation is being laid, we don't have to worry about future foundation problems. We don't have to worry about any big bad wolf coming around and tearing us down. Boy, I tell you what, I am excited about what I'm seeing thus far. I hope this continues. But tell you what, let's go ahead and get into it. So sit back and enjoy, and let's go. All right, so much to talk about. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over some of last week's highlights based upon the order in which it happened. And it all started on the 15th of March, 2021. That was a Monday when Brian Foote was interviewed on the podcast on the Action and Ambition podcast. Let me just go over some of those notes. All right, with this interview, I'm just going to hit just some of the highlights real quick. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it. If by chance you're interested in actually listening to this about 30-minute podcast interview, I'll have the link in my descriptions below. And also that gives you the website in order to get that as well. So, all right. This here was a 30-minute interview. And he talked about a lot of different things. He talked about Web3, how the Humbl Pay, and really Humbl is built on a Web3 platform. And as you know, I guess when it comes to technology, internet, and so forth, there was the Web 1. We're currently definitely engrossed in Web 2, and the future of the web is going to be actually Web 3. And he's saying that the platform of Humbl is built on the Web 3 platform. So, that's good good news that puts him probably leaps and bounds ahead of a lot of people and a lot of companies out there. One of the things also that you got from the interview, he also talked about his dedication to the success of Humbl. He also mentioned that he wants, and this is just a summary of that he wants Humbl to be a one-stop application for all your fintech needs. So he talked about that. He talked about the importance of tokenization, and that Humbl, his vision is for Humbl to be the market leader for all tokenization for assets. And that was just recently introduced. I mentioned in my last video, and it's great to hear that. He talked about his frustration with the U.S. government when it comes to regulation of blockchain technology. And That's one of the reasons why he's so intent on making sure that with these other countries, the rollout of all aspects of Humbl is a success. So that way, that's just going to add more fuel to the fire with him dealing with the U.S. officials to try to get the regulations to the point where he can operate here in the United States. And then he talked about why did he go public this route? And he really just said that I mean, one of the things that we've already talked about, we kind of heard him allude to it and so forth. Same thing with George Sharp. And the bottom line is they wanted to include the retail investor on the ground floor as something special. So those were like the quick highlights from that interview. And like I said, if you're interested in listening to it, if you want to listen to this podcast interview, I'll have the link in the description below. We want to talk about Humbl's investment in partnership with the Aurea Group when it comes to exclusive rights to Chile. All right. That happened on the 16th of March, which was Tuesday. And here is the gist of this whole agreement. Pursuant to the terms of the purchase agreement, Aurea Group, through an affiliate, agreed to purchase 437,500 shares of Humbl common stock for $1 million. The payment of these shares is due on or before March 30th, 2021. In addition, Aurea Group also received the rights to purchase 1.5 million additional shares of Humbl common stock and a 35% equity interest in the Chilean subsidiary Humbl intends to form to conduct operations there in Chile. The Aurea Group purchase right expires on December 31st, 2021. This here is just outstanding. You're talking about they're going to have an injection of about $7.5 million. And all they have to do is just give up a 35% stake of the revenue from operating there in Chile. This just proves the point that Humbl is doing everything that it possibly can to make sure that we have a good foundation. By going into Chile, what you're going to find is that Chile is not an underdeveloped country. It is a developed country in South America. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's the second or the largest country in South America. So this here is pretty much kind of, to me, it's like laying the groundwork and a template for a lot of other countries and so forth. So looking good. Now, what's next, I believe, happened on the 18th. Yeah, the 18th of March, which was Thursday. This next one here, uh, it's amazing. It's amazing how all of this ties in. The chairman of our United States Federal Reserve, Jerome Powell, this is what he said, has underscored the need to improve systems for transferring money across international borders. He also said that the pandemic has shined a light on the less efficient areas of our current payment system and accelerated the desire for improvements in digitalization. Now, you would think that either this man knows about Humbl, or that just proves that Humbl is about 7 steps ahead of everyone else. This is great. This is feeding right into what Humbl has a specialty in. So hopefully this will help make the case when it comes to improving our regulations. Now, with Brian Foote's podcast interview on Monday, the Chile partnership that we had, I believe, on Tuesday, the Federal Reserve Chairman comment on Thursday, that all could have been some of the reasons why we ended the week in the green for the week. So let's go over some of those price actions here. All right. Here's the 5-day price action for TSNPD Humble. A couple things I just want to point out real quick. Let's go to this next one, and that is on Thursday. On Thursday, it closed at $3.04, and on Friday, it opened up. It gapped up. What is that? About 9 cents to 313, and it did its thing on Friday. And if you see that the very last price, it closed at $3.21. So, but we also want to take a look at, all right, the trading volume. You see that the 10-day average is about 8 million, and on Friday it was about half. It was actually less than half of that in volume. So that tells you that there was definitely more buyers out there than sellers, and that maybe a lot of the people who want to sell has sold. If you guys notice how we started out this week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, oh my goodness, just red, red, red. It's hard to keep the faith when you see that much red that often. But if you notice, on St. Patty's Day, look what happened. On St. Patty's Day, we had a low of 249 and a high of 354. We had a $1.05 movement from low to high within that day. And we closed at $3.12. For the rest of the week, we were above the $3, what I call the $3 support line that I think we've established. And here's a copy of that. If you notice that thick green line right there on the $3 mark, if you notice, last week I said it looks like $3 is going to be our support. And of course, Monday, Tuesday, and most of the day, Wednesday, we were under that support, but we got back. We got above the support. It dropped down, hit the support, went back up. And if you notice, every time that it got close to the support, it started to go back up. So I believe that we're probably going to see a lot of volatility still within the stock between now. Uh, it's probably going to be like that until we probably get listed on one of the major stock exchange. And more than likely it's going to be the Nasdaq. But the only reason why I'm saying that is because uh, at that point, we'll have the institutional investors going to be able to get involved in this for their various funds. And with the current traders, most of the ones that we have probably right now, people that are shorting the stock, as well as a lot of traders within the stock, making their money off of price movement within a day, which is cool because that's what all of us are striving to do is make money. Now I mentioned shorters, and the reason why that's so much on my radar is because this here is a daily short sale volume chart. And if you look on Friday, the ratio of short volume was uh, 51 and a half actually. And one of the things I said is that we want to keep our eye on that uh, because we may see some short squeeze action coming our way. And so that's one of the things I'm going to look at on a weekly basis, just to see where that ratio is at. And if you notice, our ratio has been relatively high. Now, with the price action that we had last week, I definitely within the week bought some additional shares. Let's go over my current holdings with Humbl. All right. As you can see on the 17th, I bought 100 additional shares of Humbl, as well as 500 shares of Forwardly. All right. As I said, a lot of good information, that's going to really, I think, solidify this foundation that Humbl is laying out there. Hey, I really enjoyed that interview by Brian Foote. And like I said, whether it's the interview or the articles or anything else like that, if you need to get a copy of it, there's a link in the description below. All right. Overall, you're looking at a very good week. All right. We ended our price actions up. Um, the statement that the Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell said just fits us like a glove. So if you got any value out of this, please go ahead and hit that like, subscribe, and notification button. With that being said, guys, I will see you next Sunday, if not sooner. Guys, take care. Bye bye.